What's good, everyone? Hope everybody's having a great day. Today we are going to talk about how to get rid of the physical and mental weight that we've put on during quarantine. And this is going to be a really interactive webinar, so I have a framework for this thing, and we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about is that I want to create clarity in the current situation that you are in right now. I want to create clarity in the situation you're in right now so we know exactly where you're standing. So I'm going to ask a bunch of questions, and you're going to be able to answer these questions individually and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. All right? After that, we're going to take a dive. We're going to do a deep dive together and really see where does this train ends unless you take action on it. What is the things that's going to happen if you decide to not take action of where you are right now and keep carrying the physical and mental weight within these next 30 days? Where would you end up? Where would you actually end up? We're going to do that dive together. It's going to be tough. We're going to do it together, all right? So no worries. And then by the end of this, we're going to handle the situation. We're not just gonna, so first we're gonna see where we are right now, then we're gonna see where we end up if we don't take action on it, and then the last thing is how do we actually handle this situation that we are in right now. Okay? That's the framework for today's call. If that's good with everybody, give me some thumbs up, and let's just dive right into it. Let's dive right into it in today's. We have some things I want to, because it's going to be interactive, because there are things that I want to run over with all of you guys. I want you to take 30 seconds. Just type your wins. What's the wins of the week? Give me one win for this week. Type them in the chat, and I'm going to read them out loud. What is the win for the week for you? It could be anything. I had a good conversation with someone in my family. I reached my goal weight. I'm in a much better place right now than I were last week. I watched a good Netflix series, or whatever. Fill in the blanks. What is one win of this week? Shoot them in the chat. And it can be just the journey you are on, right? Dave is saying, I've done everything I was supposed to be doing when it comes to my health. That's fantastic. Round of applause for David, everyone. That's amazing. We also have Susie who's saying, I'm almost at my goal weight. Another round of applause for that. I've personally had a fantastic conversation together with my father, which that's my win for the week. I spent time with my family. I had a great conversation with my father. That's definitely my win for the week. I felt that I came closer with him. I'm really glad for that. Let me see here. Male is saying my win for the week is I was crushing hip thrust with a heavy weight. Anna Sophie is saying I'm eating better than last week. So round of applause for everyone. That's amazing. Alright, familia. Let's talk a little bit about the situation we're currently in. Let me bring out this thing right here so I don't forget anything of the notes I took. So I want to really talk about everything. So let's see here. Elena and Erika and Amalia and Sinem, if you can, write your wins in the chat or just give us a thumbs up so we know that you're with us. Erika is saying I have been done workout twice, one yoga, and I realized that we eat dinner together. That's fantastic, Champ Lady. So, the mental and physical weight. That's a pretty catchy headline if you ask me. And the reason why I wanted to take this up, right, is because I'm constantly talking to dancers. I'm constantly talking to dancers from all over the world, doing different coaching calls, talking to my students in the Inner Circle program, talking to my students in the Accelerator program, and the ones who are real deep diving together with me in our mentorship program. And one thing that they all have is like on the top level, everybody have physical goals. I want to lose this amount of weight. I want to put on this muscle in this individual spots. I want to become more flexible. Very aesthetic physical goals. And all of those goals are fantastic. But as soon as we start to dive a little bit deeper into it, we start to hear the mental goals. And all of these physical goals comes from somewhere, right? It's that you are either in a situation that you don't want to be in, you are somewhere, you ended up somewhere where you don't recognize yourself, etc., etc., right? Then you come to a place where that's the first level, the physical. Then when you start to go a little bit deeper is when you really start to understand what is going on. I want to become more self-confident. I want to change the limited beliefs I have in myself. I want to love myself more. I want to have better self-esteem. My goal is to have a productive life with the people that I love, etc., etc. And all of those goals comes from the current situation that we're faced in. The situation of feeling insecure, of not knowing if we're gonna get laid off from work or not. The feeling of, I'm not sure if I can go out and dance and actually do my passion within 2021 even. 2020, we can forget that. None of us danced in 2020. But to dance in 2021, or you are in this position where you are constantly under mental stress, constantly under mental fatigue, constantly not knowing what is gonna end up next, right? So you become almost stuck in a rut. Not moving forward and not moving backwards, or moving forward and then taking a few steps back, and then feeling that you're moving forward and then getting pulled back again. Because you're never really still, right? I really believe that everything goes with nature. You're either growing or not. Like, what is the difference of a tree growing? Decreasing? Degrassing? Susie, how do you say that? What is the name of a tree that is slowly dying? I guess you can say dying. Yeah, you can say dying. A tree can die. Yeah, perfect. So, but you get my point here. My point being that we're not stagnant. In life, we're never stagnant. Constantly moving forward or moving backwards. And I really want to get you out of there. I want to provide you with something that you can use, a tool that you can use to get to that next level. And that's what we're gonna do in this webinar, right? Because if you don't get this right, I'm certain that you will never truly become the best version of yourself if you don't get this right. If you don't get yourself out of this rut starting today, you will continue to leave progress and potential on the table. I had a friend who asked me this. This is a great question. He's like, one day we will all ask ourselves, or our grandchildren, or our children will ask us about what happened during 2020. What is this crazy thing that happened during 2020? And then we're gonna start to talk about the factual things, right? The whole world shut down, the stock market dropped like crazy, then it went up like crazy. People stopped socializing, we entered a new age, right? All of a sudden, everything became digitalized. So I see myself speaking to my future something, my cousin or whatever, cousin, son, or grandson. And then the next question, so when I'm explaining this, it's gonna take in all the information, then it's gonna come with one more question. And that question is gonna be, but what did you do? What did you do when the world stopped? Then I'm faced to really look into myself. What did I do? Did I become better mentally? Did I become better physically? Did I become a better dancer, better person? Or did I just watch 5 seasons of Game of Thrones? Did I end up becoming a better partner? Did I become a better dancer? Or will I look back and really feel, damn, I left potential on the table? I think that's a great question we all need to ask ourselves. But we can't look in the past. We can't look in the past, we can only look forward. We can use the past as experience, we can use it as knowledge, but ultimately we need to focus in the future. So let's look at the current situation, right? Let's play a game together. I call this game that we're all going to play together the current situation calculator, all right? And how it goes, this game, is that I'm going to ask you 13 questions, 13 individual questions. You're going to rate yourself from 1 to 10, all right? I will explain what 1 means and I will explain what 10 means on the individual questions. Then we will calculate all of it together and you're going to get a score, right? So let's do this thing, the current situation calculator together. If this makes sense, or nod your head really aggressively, type 1 in the chat if your camera is not on, or give me a thumbs up. One of 3 options. You can see some thumbs, I see some ones. Matilda, are you with us? Elena, are you with us? Mon, are you with us? Amalia, are you with us? Fantastic. Erika, I see you. I hope you're with us also. Fantastic. First question. Again, we're going to run over 3 things so everybody understand. I'd really like to create clarity before we dive into things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to understand the current situation. Second thing we're going to run over is I want you to understand where does this train end unless you take action on it. Then we're going to handle the actual situation. All right? Just to create clarity. 3 things. First question in the current situation calculator. Are you proud of yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, how proud are you of yourself? 1 being I'm not proud, 10 being I'm really proud of the way I've been, my current situation. We're only referring to the situation you are in right now. You don't type it in the chat if you want to. However, make sure that you're writing it down on a paper or on your phone because you're gonna do a total score for yourself later, all right? Write it on a piece of paper so we can actually add everything together. Because the max point you can get on this is 130. All right? How proud are you of yourself? Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Question number 2. Or statement number 2 even. I love my habits. How true is that for you on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, I hate my habits, I hate the situation I'm in. 10 being, I absolutely love everything about the habits I got right now. Question number 3. I would recommend my lifestyle to others. I would recommend my lifestyle to others. 1 being my lifestyle, I would never recommend this to anybody. 10 being, I would recommend this to people. Like, I love this life, I think it's for everyone. Or I at least believe most people will benefit from having some part of my life right now, right? Number 4, I follow a framework. Number 1 means I'm winging it, I'm waking up every day, having no idea what's going on, I'm just gonna wing this shit. 10 being, I have everything mapped out, I know exactly what I'm gonna eat, I know exactly what I'm gonna train, I have a framework that helps me to become better. Next question. Am I going too fast? Are we good? Now we're good. We're good. Fantastic. What do I feel when I look myself in the mirror? Remember, this is mental and physical. 1 being, I absolutely hate the image that I'm seeing. 10 being, goddamn, I look like a whole snack, like a whole meal. Erika is saying too fast. Okay, let me repeat them real quick so everybody know what we're talking. Question number 1, I'm proud of myself. Question number 2, I love my habits. I recommend my lifestyle to others. Number 4, I follow a framework. number 5, what do I feel when I look in the mirror? 1 being, I hate what I'm seeing in the mirror. The mental and physical weight is draining me. Number 10 is, damn, I look like a whole meal. All right? Coming up next. How active am I compared to my ideal? Compared to my ideal, how active am I? On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, I live my dream scenario, my dream life, physically. Amalie is saying 10, that's awesome. Susie's saying 10, I love it. Mon is saying 9, that's fantastic. Congratulations all of you guys, that's beautiful. Next, coming up, engaged in a community. I have a community of people that I can relate to, I can bounce my thoughts with them, I'm engaging in the community, I'm part of something bigger than myself. Now remember, you can only lie to yourself in here. This will not work unless you're brutally honest with yourself. All right? The current situation calculator won't work unless you do and are honest with yourself. Next thing is I control my cravings on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I have no control what the fuck is going on in my life. I just eat when my cravings are calling. 10 being I'm rock solid. I don't fuck around with my diet. Next thing, I'm stuck in my old habits. My old habits are controlling everything around me and I can't break out of them. Being number 1. Number 10 is I've changed everything. I control my habits. They are new, they are fresh. I know that I like them. That's number 10. We good? Perfect. Coming up next. I'm confident in my abilities to stick to my own promises. 1 being, I can't even promise myself that I will brush my teeth tomorrow. 10 being, don't worry, whatever I tell myself, I will commit and I will do it. 1 to 10. Be honest with yourself. I'm gonna repeat that. It's very important. Can you repeat that, please? Of course. So the question is, I'm confident, or the statement is, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm confident that I'm confident in my abilities to stick to my own promises. I'm confident in my abilities to stick to my own promises. So if I tell myself I will work out every day for twice per day for 100 days, like I've promised myself, I'm confident in my abilities to stick to that promise, no matter what's going on. All right? Next thing, I have control over the inner voices that are happening up here. I have control over the inner voices that are happening up here. Number 1 being I have no control. I'm in constantly state of anxiety and panic anxiety. Please help me. 10 being I'm rock solid. It could be a fucking hurricane outside and I wouldn't flinch. Be honest with yourself right now. Next thing, I react to external circumstances. 1 being if I'm driving in traffic and somebody makes a left turn without using the indicators, I spaz out. 10 being I'm a monk. I'm cool as a breeze. Question number 13, or statement number 13 in the current situation calculator, just for us to understand where you are. I have clarity in my movie ending. If you're new to this movement, you might not know what movie ending is, but movie ending is what I refer to as my goals, my vision, the things like when I close my eyes, that's what I see. The final part of my movie. It can be 16 weeks from now. That's like the short term. Then you have the long term, which is like the day before you die. How much clarity do you got in those two? Short term and long term. All right, familia. That's 13 individual questions. On a scale of 1 to 10 on each of them. I will repeat all of it, all right? Top to bottom. I'm proud of myself. I love my habits. I recommend my lifestyle to others. I follow a framework. Question number 5 is, what do I feel when I look in the mirror?
That was 4, right?
Question number 5 is, what do I feel when I look myself in the mirror? How active am I compared to my ideal is question number 6. Number 7, I'm engaged in a community. I control my cravings. I'm stuck in old habits. I'm confident in my ability to stick to my own promises. I control the inner voices that are happening up here. I react to external circumstances. And the last thing is, I have clarity in my own movie ending. All right? Amalie is saying short 8, long 5. I don't know what you mean with that.
She meant the movie ending.
Got it. Perfect. Can you repeat question number 6? Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How active am I right now compared to my ideal? I see myself as an ideal person who is training 5 to 6 days per week. Am I doing that? I am doing that. And that's my goal. Which means I'm a 10. If I would have trained twice, then I'm not a 10. Now, make the total amount of all of this. What's the total amount? It can be maximum 130. I give you 1 minute, starting now. Time for do some math. Time for some quick math. Let's go. You got 1 minute, everyone. Post your total score in the chat. You got 30 seconds left. This is bothering me.
OCD.
Ja, men något alltså. Here we go, everyone. 10 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Alright. Someone is saying 102, we got 118, 91, 107, 85, 70, 78. Alright, so here comes the question, right? This is your current situation. This is where you are standing right now. If this was a test, or this is a test, right? This is the test of life where your current situation is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with your own performance? Do you think that if you had a test and the 130 was total and you had less than 60, would you pass that test? Would you pass your own test of happiness if you got 70, 80, 90, 100? Only you can answer that question. But let's travel this road down together. I'm going to move over here for a second so I can actually sit down. Let's travel down this road together. Everybody give me thumbs up if you can see my screen right now. You can see me scribbling in yellow, right? Awesome. So I want you to do this. I want you to write your current situation. And under what we're gonna calculate right now is the cost of inaction. What will it cost you to not address the current situation that you are in right now? And I want you to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. So we have level 1 up here. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. I feel I need to stand so everybody so I can see what's going on here. Okay. So imagine this, right? Right now, some of us have scored very low, right? So let's say my current situation is that I've reached a point where I'm not happy with myself. Wait. So just watch right now, and then I'm gonna give you a few minutes to address this by yourself, all right? But I just want to explain what this is. Right now, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my own performance. I'm looking at my numbers and I'm just feeling, you know what? It kind of makes me sad. It kind of makes me sad. So let's say that I wait 1 month. Let's say that one of these circles that I'm drawn out here represent 30 days. So in 30 days, this feeling of not being happy, it's actually going to lead me to stop feeling proud. And when I stop feeling proud, the next step for myself, because I've been doing exactly this, is that I start feeling depressed. So down here is, so if you're taking notes here, this is 30 days from now. 30 days. This is 60 days. Then I want you to jump 6 months. And in 6 months from now, if I continue with the train I'm on right now, the cost of inaction, the cost of me not addressing my current score that we just scored ourselves, 6 months from now, I can guarantee you, if I get low score, I will end up with panic anxiety. And then we have 1 year from now. And in 1 year from now, I could be, I don't want to even say out loud where this is, but let's just say this in a dark, sunken place. And then if I keep waiting, I know that I will end up in a sunken hole. This is the cost of me not addressing my current reality. 30 days, 60 days, 6 months from now, 1 year from now. Where are you in your current situation? First thing I want you to do, take 30 seconds, write in the chat 1 sentence or 1 statement that is the name of your current situation. Do that now. one sentence or one statement that explains the feeling you're feeling when you're looking at your own score. Go. Super simple. One statement or one feeling that explains what you are feeling, or maybe even the name of the current situation that you are in right now. I won't read any names out loud. However, we need to address it in order for us to move forward. I'm hearing I'm in an intense personal growth period. I'm seeing not bad, but not good. Not satisfied. Transformation period. Disappointment. I can do better than where I am right now. Perfect. That's your up here. We just spoke about this one. This is your current state. So, you guys guessed it. And this is what we're gonna do. Let's travel down this roller coaster together. Where will you be 60 days from now? Or 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, if you don't address what is going on in your life right now? Here we go. We have exactly 2 minutes to travel down this road together. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Solid song with an even better name. Here we go. Where will you be if you don't take action on the current situation you are in right now? 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 6 months from now, and 1 year from now. We got about a minute left. Truly take this in, guys. Truly take this in. We started to create some clarity in the situation. Where are you right now? Next thing we did is that where will this end unless you really take action on this? Most of the time we're just cruise controlling through life, and I'm going to do my absolute best to wake that thing out of you so you're not in cruise control and actually start to use these next 30 days to take extreme action towards your own goals, all right? "30 seconds left. Going once, going twice, and we are done. Alright. I want to know, if you don't take action on the score you had right now, in 1 year from now, what will be your sunken place? Type that in the chat. What does your sunken place look like? Dave is saying, I will take action. There is not an option. how does your sunken place look? Where will you end up? Where will you ultimately end up if you don't take action on this current situation? Matilda is saying dead. Resignation. I know for a fact that when I was in my, if I scored very low, I could guarantee you, because I've been in this situation myself, my sunken place 1 year from now is for sure, I wouldn't come out from there. I would lose myself in the sunken place. All right? So what am I doing right now? Why are we talking about these things? Remember that I said that the first thing I wanted to do is to understand the situation. Understand the situation. Understand the current situation. Understand the outcome. And now it's time to handle the situation. I'm also reading disappointed in myself. I'm reading judging and hating myself. I'm reading dead. I'm reading health is wealth, unhappy. I would jeopardize me recovering after 16 weeks of being unwell. And these things are great, guys. It's great that we are starting to really get some clarity in where you are right now. So far, we understand the situation. We are starting to understand the actual outcome, which was this entire thing that we just did, like the cost of inaction. Now it's time for us to handle the situation. All right? I know you guys didn't just come here to hear me talk about how bad your life is and how hard it is. The diagnostics here, we have the prescription. It's time for us to go and take some natural medicine in order for us to become better. If that's good, if you're excited to get out of this hole together, type 1 in the chat or type let's go like David is doing. Like you understand the importance of what we are actually doing. Like we need to take action on your current situation because not life is just gonna happen to you, not for you. So here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys to write this thing out. I believe there are 3 things for us that we need to do to handle the current situations. Oh, the first thing we need to do is that I need to charge my computer. That's the first thing I need to do. First thing we need to do is that we all need to draw a triangle on your piece of paper. And in here, I want you to write the name or the headline of your current, the name of your current situation. What is the name? Then I want you to write, there are 3 things that we need to do in order for us to get rid of the current situation and come out better. The first thing we need to do is that we need to, I want you to, let me see so I have the right pen and paper, or right pen. The first thing we are going to do is that we're going to disrupt. We're going to disrupt what is currently not working. That's why we needed clarity. It's time for us to disrupt the things that we are doing so we don't just accept the reality of what it is, but we actually take command over what is what. The next thing we need to do is that we need to eliminate. We need to eliminate. We need to eliminate the things that are not serving us, the things that are not working in our favors. And then the last thing that we need to do is that we need to take action. If we want to change the current state we are in right now, and we want to make sure that we end up somewhere else in the next 30 days, we can't just sit around and let life happen to us. We gotta happen to it. Because the worst thing you can do is to just sit down and wait and let the cost of inaction do its thing, right? So how do we do this? You may ask. We draw 3 lines. We draw 3 lines here. We do one from here. Boom. That was not a beautiful line, so I'm going to redo it. 1. We draw 2. And we draw 3. Not the best looking lines, but you see where I'm going with this. Can do better. Everybody's taking notes. It's time for us to disrupt some things here. Perfect. So let's start with the disrupt one. We need to disrupt some things in order for us to become better, in order for us to leave the current situation, right? This is a situation handler. So we draw 1 line here and 1 line here. And the first thing we need to disrupt is your current self-view. I read somewhere that everything that is happening to you right now is because of the things you are accepting in your life and the things that you choose to not address. And the reason why you're not choosing to address it is probably because of your current self-view. Your current self-view determines where you are, it determines how you see the world, more importantly, how you see yourself. And if you score extremely low or just not where how you want to see your score, is because of your current self-view. That's the first thing we need to disrupt. The second thing we need to disrupt is your old routines. Your routines is not working in your favor right now, because if you had routines laid out, frameworks, foundations that worked in your favor, you wouldn't score how you're scoring right now. Even if you're scoring high, you can always do better if you raise your standard, raise your routines. But in order for us to do it, we got to disrupt it, right? Everything is based on how you see yourself. You decide if you take actions for your individual health in order for you to score higher. Right now, your routines is not working in your favor, so we got to disrupt them, right? Then we got to add new uncomfortable. We got to add new things that are uncomfortable. I'm talking about routines. I'm talking about training programs. I'm talking about things that is not currently in your life. Take a little thinking on what I just said. Your current self-view is your current self-view is the reason why your life looks the way it looks, is the reason why you scored the way you scored. That is because of your old routines. We got to get rid of them. And in order for us to, now we know how it looks, then we know where the things that we got to disrupt. And now I'm talking about the things that you got to add into your life. Harder training program if you want to lose more weight. Harder and maybe even cold showers if you want to be mentally stronger. Micro commitments that you can hold on to. Is this making sense? Familia, give me a thumbs up if this is making sense right now. Perfect. Because this is a situation, the current situation handler. The first thing I want us to do is to start to disrupt our current reality so we can actually address it and move on. All right? Next thing. Well, before we continue, let me know what was the most helpful or most insightful so far in today's webinar. Type it out in the chat. What has been the most helpful or most insightful in this webinar or masterclass? Type it out in the chat. The current situation calculator. The most insightful thing has been this pyramid to realize how bad I'm going to be if I don't take action, the cost of inaction, add new uncomfortable things to become better, being forced to look at my situation pyramid. Perfect. Awesome. So we're going to continue with the pyramid, right? So we had the things that we need to eliminate. The first thing that we need to eliminate, come on, fam, what are we doing? Hold on. Just hold on. We're going home. Here we go. We back. The first thing we need to eliminate is comparison. Outside comparison. How do you say that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Outside comparison. What I want to say is that I want you to stop comparing yourself to other people. Let's write that out instead. Because I'm not sure if it's comparison, but I know it's stop comparing. Pretty straightforward. Don't compare yourself to outside competition. The things that are happening on the outside has nothing to do with you. So when you start to eliminate the outside competition, you start to understand that what's happening up here and your result is only based on what you are doing. It's you versus yourself in this race, all right? Outside competition, that's better to write that out instead. Because when you start to eliminate that and you start to understand that this current situation is only me, I'm in this situation. I'm not comparing myself to any others. I'm not going into the community platform that we got and start to compare myself and start to feel bad about it. You can actually start to use everything that is going on in your life, all of the things you're seeing, social media, other people's success, your friend's success. You can start to use that as a source of inspiration if you eliminate outside competition. All right? I'm pretty sure that made sense. After this, and this one is a tricky one, but I want you to start eliminate outdated aspirations. What do I mean with this? Outdated aspirations. But coach, I thought you said look into your movie ending and live by your movie ending. And that's exactly what I'm saying. But what I mean when I say outside circumstance or outdated aspirations is that we all have outdated aspirations that is not serving us. Old dreams that you're not taking action on. Old things that you still believe is a priority in your mind or priority in your life, things that you actually want, but you never took action on them. One of my coaches told me this. He's a pretty intense guy, but he told me it's like, if you didn't take action on your goals, on your aspirations, when the world froze as it did in 2020, forget those dreams. Forget those aspirations. Do yourself a favor because they are not a priority. Do yourself a favor and leave those for a little while. Then you can always come back to them later. But for now, leave them because they are not serving you. Is this making sense? Most of us have outdated aspirations. Most of us have outdated aspirations. Things that are just holding us back. For the longest time, I was scared of, this is a true story. For the longest time, I was scared of putting on muscles. Why? Because I wanted to become a fashion model. It didn't work. It wasn't convenient for my dancing. It wasn't convenient for my modeling career. For the longest time, I held myself back. My physical abilities, I held it back because I didn't want to put on muscles. Even until a couple of weeks ago, I said to my girl, I'm like, I don't want to put on too much muscles. Like, you never know who's going to call. And then I stopped and I'm like, what am I saying? That's not true. And even if it was, that's not the route I'm traveling. That's just an old aspiration. That's got to go out of the door in order for me to become the best version of myself right now. Because I'm talking about right now, not the old self. All right? Eliminate that. Take out the outdated aspirations. Next thing, do we have any questions on the things I'm saying? David, are we reading any questions in the chat?
So far, nothing.
So far, nothing. If anybody have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat, all right? Now, the next thing, we have covered how to disrupt, that we need to disrupt some things. We have covered that we need to eliminate, and we're gonna go into taking action very soon, all right? But right now there's one thing left on eliminate. So far we have outside competition, get rid of that shit. Outdated aspirations, just forget them for at least for some times. I'm promising you, when you get rid of outdated aspirations, things that you don't really want, life will get a lot easier. Because your actions tells me more about how important these aspirations are than how they than what you're saying. Right? And the next thing is that you need to change the narrative. All right, if I misspell that, you already know, I take no charge or I take no responsibility of my spelling. I'm dyslexic. Change the narrative. Change your narrative. You're in this situation. You're in this situation called life. This is your current situation. You have already established where you are. You can now tell yourself, well, I'm in this situation because my mom never loved me. I'm in this situation because COVID-19. I'm in this situation because the world is against me. I'm in this situation because fill in the blanks. Or you can change the narrative. You can change the narrative and start to take control of your life. You can change the narrative and start to really own what is happening. There is this famous story that I love to talk about, and two twin brothers. They grew up with an alcoholic father. One became an alcoholic. The other one became a $1 billion success. And when in an interview somebody asked both of them, "Your father was an alcoholic. How come?" In an interview somebody asked, "Why are you in the position you are right now?" The billionaire said, I'm an alcoholic, or I'm not an alcoholic because my father was. I saw my father being an alcoholic, so I always wanted to prove myself. Now the alcoholic brother said, I'm an alcoholic because I saw my father. Two brothers, twins, growing up. You are a super success. How come? My father was an alcoholic. You are an alcoholic. How come? My father is an alcoholic. Change the narrative. You are in control of the current situation that you are in right now. If you want to really change this shit for the next 30 days, you got to own it. All right? Eliminate your old narrative. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You're not as bad as you think you are. Right? I'm promising you that. You're not as bad as you think you are. Next thing. Next thing is all about taking action. It's all about taking action. Applied knowledge is what? Is power. We all have that narrative. We all have that thing. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You just got the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Trust me, knowledge is not power. If knowledge was power, every person would be healthy. Every person would be trained. There would not, obesity would not exist. Heart disease would not exist. Cardiovascular diseases that comes from cardiovascular diseases and heart diseases that comes from nutrition would not exist. Why? Because everybody have the knowledge. How do you lose weight? You just eat a little bit better. You eat less, train more. Basically, there's always exceptions to the rules, right? How do you become happier? Gratitude. You stay grateful. You meditate. How you become calmer, less stress? You meditate. Everybody knows this. But knowledge alone is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So you just looking at your situation. We all did the 13 questions of the current situation. The current situation calculator. We all calculated the cost of inaction. And now you have this, the current situation handler. This is what we're doing right now. But if you just leave this webinar and don't apply any of this knowledge, I mean, it's for nothing, right? If you don't take anything away or change anything after you watch this webinar, you have literally wasted an hour and 15 minutes of your life. And I don't want that to be you. And because of that, in order for you to take action, you have to own it. You have to own your situation. That's why I wanted you to score yourself. You have to own your situation. That's why I wanted you to calculate the cost of inaction. You are in charge of what is going on in your life right now. You are in charge of the outcome of your life. You control the narrative. You control the outcome. The more you start to understand that you are in the position in life you are right now because of the choices that you made, the faster you accept this, the faster we can start to move out from this situation. All right? Whatever you are not changing in one way or another, you are accepting it. Whatever you are not changing in one way or another, you are accepting it. All right? Own it. Own your wins, own your losses. And then the last thing of the take action part of this quadrant, we have applied knowledge, we have owning it, and then the last thing is do it now. Don't sit around and say, wow, that's great. Sebastian did such a good masterclass. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. No, do it now. Take action on this thing right now. Because if you don't do it, life is gonna happen. I had a call with somebody. I'm not gonna say her name. I had a call with somebody earlier today, and we were talking. We were talking about her joining my mentorship program. So for you guys who don't know, we have the accelerator program. The accelerator program is the same thing as the inner circle, or as what we have been referring to as the inner circle, which is my own one-on-one students. It's a group coaching program with me. Then we have the mentorship program. The mentorship program is where we actually work more with the individual, and we start to really, on the deeper level, uncover the true reasons and the true costs of what is what, and how we can move out of the situation that you are in right now. Right? That's the mentorship program, and more intriguing, or more details, right? However, and we were speaking about her joining the mentorship program. She was like, "Yeah, this is awesome. Like, I need it. Everything is great. Program is perfect. The price is I got the money. You seem amazing, Sebastian. I want to do it." I'm like, "Fantastic. Let's take action on it together. Welcome to the mentorship program. Let's move on to the next part of your life." And she says, "But can I do it tomorrow?" And I tell her, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Yeah, can I take action on this tomorrow? Like, can I wait until tomorrow to join?" And I say, "Why?" And she goes, "No, but I just like to sleep on things." And I just get like, "But what are you talking about? You just said that the program is perfect for you. We just uncovered your current situation, and you say that the price is not a problem. So what are we waiting for?" "No, but like I don't like to take decisions on the spot. I like to come and sleep on it." And I told him, "Well, but this is not a decision on the spot. Like we had a conversation earlier. You spoke to one of my assistants. What is it? What are we doing?" And after going back and forth, I told her, like, "You know what? I don't think this is a program for you." Because her self-view and her old routines she was so stuck in her self-view and her old routines that she didn't want to move out from it. And it was just impossible. And that's why when I created this, I wanted the last thing to be do it now. Take massive actions on the things that you're presented to now. I don't trust my future self enough to not move on this now. If somebody presents me with an opportunity, I say yes and I do it now. If somebody tells me, or if I tell myself, "You know what? The day I swear to you, the day I said to David and Malaika, who I live with, that I'm gonna train twice per day for 100 days straight. The day I said that was the day I started. I didn't wait to say, "Yeah, but I start Monday." I didn't wait to say, "Yeah, but I can do that. I'm gonna start, but when the time is right." I didn't wait and said, when pigs are flying, when the clocks have stopped ticking. Now, you know your current situation. We have mapped out the cost of inaction. There is no reason for you to not take action on this right now. There is no reason for you to not take action on this right now. And if you want results within these next 30 days, which is the name of this webinar, you want to do this now. "Yeah, but Coach Sebastian, what is this webinar? Like, you didn't tell me what to do." No, but I wanted to show you how to do it. You want to know what to do? Very simple. Here's your mindset. Here's your training. Training. This is where you want to go. Super simple. fix this thing. I have an insane amount of mindset training for free on my YouTube channel. I have a crazy amount of training things inside of our community platform, my YouTube channel, or my Instagram page, and on my social media. But unless you do these things, you disrupt your current reality. If you don't disrupt your current reality, if you don't eliminate the things that we've been speaking about, and if you don't take actions right now, none of these things will matter at all. I'm promising you. And it goes in this individual order. Disrupt the things that are not working for you. If you don't know what to eliminate, don't worry, just start with something. We all know that some things we start to disrupt. Your current self, it's time to disrupt it. After that, we move on to eliminate what is not working, to create clarity, and then after that, we start to take action. All right? Take massive action on these guys. Take massive action on this. We have so many things going on, all of us in our lives. But if you don't prioritize yourself first, it's impossible to help the group. It's impossible to become better. It's impossible for you to leave quarantine better mentally and physically, and you will carry this weight with you until the sunken place. Take massive action. Is this making sense? Let me know your top takeaways from this entire masterclass. We're soon finished. 5 minutes and we finish for the day. What has been your top takeaways for this entire masterclass? Emmer, Angela, Caitlin, Matilda, Monica, Erika, Elena, Amalie, Susie, Raluca, shoot. What has been your top takeaways from this masterclass? Again, I don't only want to talk about what to do. Very easy to know what to do. Do the videos in my training program if you want to lose weight. Listen to the things I've been saying on my YouTube channels. I have every webinar I ever recorded on my YouTube channel. Go there, do what I talk about. That is what to do. The current situation handler, that's how you do it. You create these things together. I'm reading take action to do something new. The pyramid was extremely helpful. I'm in control. I have the power to change my life. There is no better time than now. Exactly. Change your filter. We can do this at any time. Once you apply all three, your life will change for the better. Take this first step to change now. Exactly. Guys, I'm not going to try to oversell anything. I already told you, most of you guys know that we have a coaching program. If you want to take the next step right now, let's get on a quick strategy session. Let's get on a quick call to see what is going on. Let's get on a quick call to see if you are a good fit for our program or if I can actually help you to achieve that next level. All right? If you're interested, if you're already a student that is inside of the inner circle, aka the accelerator program, and you want to navigate or you want to work with me even deeper and join the mentorship program, there is a possibility for you to upgrade. Just write to me inside of your training application. You know which application I'm talking about. Just write the word upgrade or tell me, Sebastian, I want to upgrade, and I'll tell you all about it. All right? If you're interested in joining the community, let's get on a call. There is no better time than now. All right? There is a link posted by David in the chat. Let me see what we got here. If we have any questions, let me know. And if not, we're pretty much finished for the day. We have outdated aspiration, time to do some cleaning, the pyramid. Every day I become better. I go for the uncomfortable. I make myself uncomfortable to rise to another level day by day. I choose the challenge over comfort. I choose to grow. You are an amazing coach. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me do what I do. Okay, familia, unless we have any questions, the information to get on a call, it's posted. Thank you so much for coming. I don't know what to say more than that I'm extremely grateful for having each and every single one of you guys in my life. I live my dream life, and it's because of each and every one of you and the other people that will be watching the replay. You're fantastic. And awesome. Bye, dancers for dancers. I love you a lot. Peace out.